But first, you seem to preempt what he was going to say.
Professor,
because you talked to Kenyans and told them this man is about to say this in the evening.
One of the responsibility I've been given by the people of Kenya is to caution them from lies and deception by William Ruto. And because Kenyans know I know him while I was his deputy, I helped him to become president. I understand him. And I'm a man with an ear on the ground. I know many things. And Kenyans have asked me to always caution them when they're about to be deceived. So yesterday morning, I got information from my sources. I have many sources.
And I'll be asking you because people ask.
I was in government for many years. I joined government at the age of 23. And I understand government. And had William Ruto allowed me to help him run his government, he will not be where he is. And this country will not be in dogs. This country will be flourishing and there will be prosperity because I understand government. He doesn't. So many people are very concerned about what is happening in the country, especially the civil service. William Ruto has lost the entire civil service. They are not with him because they are patriotic men and women who mean well for this country. They are people who have been around when this country was getting on its feet, and they feel terrible when they see the country going down at a very high speed. And they have taken it upon themselves to always alert me, to alert the people of Kenya where there is danger. So yesterday was such a day where William Ruto had planned something to divert attention and con the people of Kenya that he is up to some vision. And they gave me the details. And I decided to prepare the people of Kenya in advance so that they don't fall into the deception. You know, our people have been deceived. I included. Our bishops, our pastors, we were deceived. We followed this man without knowing that it was a con, it was deceptive. And therefore, I have a responsibility as a leader in this country. It's my civic duty when I see William Ruto trying to con the people of Kenya to alert them. And that's what I did yesterday. And Kenyans are very happy. I've received many calls. I've seen what is going on online. He tried to change the title of the vision. It was supposed to be 2060. When I talked about it, he changed it into post-2030 vision. He changed it interchangeably with a long-term vision, but it was all the same. He didn't have sufficient time to change the context of what he had wanted to say. But he was still saying the same thing, that the people are going to have a conversation around democracy, around development. It's all hogwash. Because you know, Professor, when you are in office, you don't tell people about vision.
You work.
You first deliver your manifesto. The things you promise the people of Kenya, you first deliver that before you can tell them about 2060. I think it is very, it's ridiculing the people of Kenya when you are in office. You have been 4 years in office. He'll be 4 years next, not this month, in 10 days, he'll be 4 years. Instead of telling people what you have done and what you intend
to do. And that you intend to build on that.
Yeah. You start telling them about Vision 2060. These are people whose pay slips have been raided, people who have no purchasing power. These are people whose businesses have collapsed. These are people who had a siege from KRA. These are people who are being auctioned for non-payment of pending bills. These are people whose houses have been demolished. These are people whose businesses have been attacked by goons. These are churchgoers who are in fear of attack by goons. These are people doing businesses in Nairobi and goons are all over the streets. These are people you need to address their real issues.
You can't talk about
the vision. I mean, it's very insulting to the people of Kenya who are struggling with all manner of problems. SHA is not working. People are having harambes every weekend to raise money to pay hospital bills. University students are at home because the university financing model has collapsed. These are people who are in anguish. These are people who are in distress. Instead of addressing the issues that concern them, You are on national television telling them we have a new vision.
Or 2063,
I think 34 years from now. I mean, surely. These are people who are literally struggling to put a meal on the table.
I'll be talking about that. You say Kenyans really want you to tell them stuff, what is going on, to warn them, to advise them, and that they give you information. But this question has been asked by many people since I put up the poster that we are meeting today, live. They ask His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, where does he get this intelligence from? You seem to have intelligence.
Kenyans, Professor, are very resourceful people.
Yes.
And Kenyans love their country.
Yes.
Kenyans have a lot of information, but very few people to trust. People don't want to trust you with information because, one, you can sell them, you can jeopardize their jobs, you can be given information, you go to sell it, you can get information, use it for blackmail. But along the way for the last 2 years, Riggy has earned the trust of the people of Kenya. That if you give him information, he uses it for the public good. And people of this country have also come to accept that Riggy is a truthful man. He's an honest man. And he's such a patriot, he means well for this country. Number two, that Riggy is fearless. If you give him information, it doesn't matter how sensitive it is. He's one man who does not fear William Ruto. Many men my age and below, I have seen them tremble at the very sight of William Ruto. I used to sit with him in cabinet, and men and women who are trembling. They are shaking They are shaking like a leaf. At the very sight of the man, even before he has opened his mouth.
Grown-up men.
Grown-up men and women, trembling like a leaf, like Napier grass during a winter season. And the man has not even said anything, just entering the meeting. When he speaks and says, "What are you saying?" everybody would coil. And that's how we have lost our country, Professor. That's how we have lost our country. One-man show, and know-it-all, who cannot be advised by anybody, who cannot be asked any question by anybody. And that is why he had to get rid of me, because I was asking questions. I was telling him, this is not right. Let's not go that direction. The people of Kenya are opposed to it. For example, Finance Bill 2024. I told him in the cabinet, Mr. President, the people of Kenya will not accept these measures. They are too harsh. They will not accept it. It will leave us with an egg on the face. My colleagues were trembling, wondering how dare Riggy confront the president. That is when I became very vocal within government. He couldn't take it because he doesn't want anybody to give a divergent opinion. He doesn't want any contribution. He doesn't want any opinion, any idea. He wants everything he says, it must be done, even if it's against the national interest. So my cabinet colleagues would talk very freely in the cabinet committees that I chaired. They would express themselves.
But when the guys,
and we agree when we go to the main cabinet, they'll back me up to reject some of these things. But when we reach there, the men are trembling. They are so scared. We don't have a cabinet, I must tell you. It's a one-man show. You don't need a cabinet in Kenya as long as William Ruto is president. He advises himself. He decides what will happen. He implements everything. And he does all the wrong things because, I must tell you, he doesn't have time to run the country. The man is a serious business person. He's too busy making money. He's too busy making deals. He doesn't have time to run the country. Yet then he doesn't want anybody to assist him. He can't take no for an answer. He cannot take a divergent opinion. And that is how in 4 years, this country has sunk into a hole. That is the situation. So what has happened, Professor? Kenyans of goodwill trust Riggy, that he means well for this country.
And they give you information.
He is a patriot. And when you give him information, he only uses it for the public good. Many people are given information. And then they use it to extort money. Yes. They use it to blackmail people.
Yes.
But Riggy, you tell him something. Like now we had a problem. There is British soldiers who train in Nyanyuki.
Yeah,
Batuk. Yeah. They are called Johnnies. They have been around. Nyanyuki is not far from here.
Yes.
And that town is vibrant commercially because of the activities of the British soldiers. They come with a serious budget. They have employed more than 500 people, civilians, who support the activities. They have spurred the economy of Nyanyuki in terms of hospitality, in terms of transport, in terms of supplies. So these people of William Ruto, many people around him, have decided, rightly so, that Ruto is one term. And time is going. And they have decided to make hay when the sun shines. In fact, they are using a balance that is injury time. I think it's a balance used in football. When you have just a few minutes remaining and the whistle can blow anytime. So these guys around the president, they have decided that it's injury time. And they must make as much as they could, to an extent now that they are demanding bribes from foreigners. So these contracts between the British and Kenya government had lapsed and required renewal. The Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations, chaired by Nelson Koech, a very close ally of William Ruto. Between him and William Ruto, I'm told, they demanded 3 billion shillings from the British. And the British cannot understand why they should give a bribe. It's against their ethics and culture. They say no. So, and the Kenya government said, you go to hell. So they decided to relocate to Tanzania. But the British like here because, one, they like training with our soldiers. Again, the weather around Nyanyuki near the equator is very good. Again, the people of Kenya are very hospitable. They have been very happy to be here in Kenya. So I think they ask around, how do we bring this matter to public attention? And then they were advised, the only men who can get this information and use it for public good, who will not use it to extort money or to blackmail anybody. If you give him this information, it will be in public knowledge within a short time. And sure as December 25 is Christmas, they look for me on Saturday evening around 4. I was in Meru. People sent some emissaries and we advised them how to come without getting known. And the matter was brought to my attention. Then, using my language and the power of communication, I packaged the message and gave it to the people of Kenya. William Ruto, I'm told, was mad. How did this guy know this matter? This matter has embarrassed us. Forget about that bribe. Renew the contract. The contract has been renewed. But I'm told the soldiers had already left for Tanzania. So it's a bit of work now because they had already signed a new agreement with Tanzania. But Kenya has already signed the contract. Nelson Koech was dispatched by William Ruto to go to all media stations to try to explain why they are not signed it. Then you wonder what happened between Sunday when I talked and Monday. All these concerns you were saying, were they addressed overnight? Which tells you, he was spot on. And I want to thank the informants. They gave me good information. And I've asked civil servants, I've asked police, I've asked National Intelligence Service, I've asked people working in Statehouse to preserve my credibility because it's good for this country. I must remain credible.
By getting the...
I've asked people not to give me fitina. To give me credible information that is verifiable, so that I retain my relevance and people can continue believing in me. So I'm also very careful. I also have a lot of information and I sometimes don't rush into it. I do a lot of cross-checking because the day I will mislead the people of Kenya, I will lose my credibility. And then there will be nobody to intervene for the people of Kenya.
But you talk about information as if it is just information. When you look at this one of the British thing, well, but look at the one of yesterday. Getting that kind of information, that's not just ordinary information.
No, it is not, but Riggy is.
That's very serious information.
Riggy
it can only come from the highest level.
It came from his office, right inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Right
is that
inside,
not worrying?
Right inside Statehouse.
Is that not worrying?
Right inside Statehouse. People are very dissatisfied. For the record, officers of the Presidential Escort Unit have not been paid their allowances for the last 4 months. And that is dangerous for the president and the country. You cannot afford people guarding the president of the country when they are lamenting like other Kenyans. You know, when they are dissatisfied. There is a lot of dissatisfaction around the president. Officers who guard him are complaining. In fact, some were telling me, when you were deputy president, you used to intervene for us. We used to get our allowances on time. People who work in the president's presidential delivery service, they are complaining. They have no vehicles. They have no allowances.
But why? Why? And the office was given extra location.
The president is too busy to know what goes on. And he's not busy working for the country. He's busy working for himself. Again, of course, understandably so, the president has panicked. Information given to him by the National Security Council is that unless he performs a miracle, indications are he will be one term. That has been given to him. He has done polls, scientific opinion polls with reputable international firms, and he is 17-18%. And as a sitting president, it cannot get better, it can only get worse. So we have a president who has panicked, who is fearful of being removed as president in one term, and therefore he's making very irrational decisions. And again, he is being held hostage by all manner of characters who purport that they can help him. And because he's desperate, he allows people to do crazy things. Like now, what happened when I was attacked at Witima ACK Church in January. A member of parliament from this area and his wife had wanted me assassinated, thinking that if I am killed, William Ruto's problem in the mountain will be over. The problem would have multiplied 100 times if I was assassinated. But he has lost control. In Olkalau, he ordered that woman from Ranga to leave Olkalau. She refused. And there is nothing he can do. He is held hostage by a few members of parliament, a few cabinet secretaries who control the security sector, the fake deputy president. They hold him hostage. The man doesn't know what to do. In fact, I'm told this thing of yesterday, the Vision 2060, he was not for it. So when it backfired, he was up in arms. So he is a man who is desperate for a second term, is a man who has lost control. Nothing is working in the country. He is also too busy looking for money to sustain his campaign, to an extent that the country is gliding to a halt. You know, that is the situation we are in.
You have said something about opinion polls from inside, from intelligence and so on and so forth. And the indications you say are that he's losing. And for that reason, he has panicked. I just want to pick your mind on this issue of losing elections. What is your view, or what in your view should one do? Here you are a president seeking a second term, and it looks like you will not make it. What would Rigji do?
Nothing. You know, it has happened in Botswana.
Yeah,
it has happened in Malawi, in Ghana. This one-time thing now is a real thing in Africa.
What would Rigji do if your boys on the ground tell you, I'm there, here to Wezi?
Ordinarily, if William Ruto was a good man, he would give up and just let it go.
What would Rigji do?
If I was in his position, of course, I would never be in such a position. If you give me the presidency, I will not lose it. You know, I was asking William Ruto before we parted, I asked him, Mr. President, doesn't it bother you that 2 years after being elected, you are the darling of the Kenyan people? People loved you, they believed in you. They are all shouting, you must go home. Doesn't it bother you? You say, no, elections are far away, my friend. You know, you don't have to do what is popular, you do what is right. I ask you, if the majority of the people who gave you the job, your employers are saying what you are doing is not right, how would you insist it is right? I asked him that question. And you both are that you are losing popularity every day. Because we started losing popularity when I was with him. After 1 year, because one of lies, you know, cheating people. You go and commission a road that has no budget. And you know, before you reach Nairobi, the excavators and the lorries have followed you to Nairobi. And people started getting very irritated. And I told him, boss, we are losing it. We are promising too much that is not doable.
Was that a strategy?
Yeah, I say, according to him, it was a good strategy. But I advised him, because it was my job, a constitutional duty to advise him, that we are losing it. Then we went to taxation, the housing levy, the finance bill, and I sat him down several times. I was a very good deputy, I must tell you. Very obedient, who cared for his boss, for the government, and for the country. And I sat him down, I said, boss, there is too much grumbling, and there is too much dissatisfaction, and it's becoming agitation, and it's not good for us, for the country. Let's sit down and look back and see Where did the rain begin to beat us? Please, let us call ourselves a small meeting and find out how we started losing. He couldn't listen. So when I insisted so much that we must listen to Kenyans, that we must agree to listen to them,
yes,
and take action on what they are saying, he became very, very agitated with me. And he started hating me. And he stopped talking to me. He stopped listening to me. By the time we were getting to the Gen Z protests, we were not on talking terms. Because I was telling him, boss, we are losing it. So when a decision was made to abduct these young people and kill them, I told him, no, I oppose that decision. I was the only one in the meeting in the National Security Council. Everybody else could not talk, they fear. I was the only man bold enough to say no. I am a parent, I am a father, I am a Christian. I also know the Constitution. These young people, the Gen Zs, have a point. Let's listen to them. I don't think abducting them and killing them will solve any problem. It will make it worse. And of course, he couldn't take it. You remember after the 25th June protests, 2024, when the young kids stormed Parliament, and he issued a press conference at 9. He called them all manner of names. Yeah. He said they are treasoners, they are criminals, they'll be hunted down on up and down. The following day, again, it's all known protocols. At the risk of looking insubordinating, yes, I called a press conference and said, I don't agree with the president. These are not criminals, these are our sons and daughters. And I think they have a point they need to be listened to. By that time, our relationship had deteriorated.
Why didn't you resign?
Why should I? He had not given me the job. I was given by the people of Kenya. You see, if I was a vice president who is appointed and you disagree with your boss.
If he's messing the job and
no. But he's the one. Him. He did not give me the job. I was given the job by the people of Kenya. Okay. The people of Kenya didn't have a problem with me. They wanted somebody who can speak for them. And I think the framers of the 2010 Constitution were right. Mm-hmm. You needed a deputy president who is elected, who can offer some oversight within government.
And protected by the law.
And protected by the law. And he could not take advice.
How long do you think it would have taken to sack you if it had been under the old constitution?
No, he would have sacked me from the first day. He
didn't just helping him to win?
He was just using me to win. He's a user.
You would not have finished a year?
No, I don't think so. He had a problem with me from day one. Because one, he hates the truth.
Yes.
Number two, he doesn't want anybody around him who has an opinion. He doesn't want anybody around him who thinks. He wants robots and data heads, people who just say yes, sir, and who cannot ask any question, who cannot give any contribution.
Yes.
He was happy for me to help him to become president. But he wanted a Rigathi Gachagua who is running mate for the purposes of getting elected.
Elections.
But he didn't want a Rigathi Gachagua who is a deputy president. He wanted a Kithure Kindiki who is a deputy president. A Rigathi Gachagua who is running mate. You remember Kithure Kindiki wanted to be running mate.
Yes,
and he said no.
Yes.
He knew the guy could not deliver the votes.
Yes.
So he needed a Rigathi Gachagua.
But then when he will want
then he decided now, let me have what I wanted from day one.
A deputy president.
A Kithure Kindiki who is a deputy president.
Yes.
A guy who would never say no. A guy who will say yes, sir. A guy who will not question anything.
Yes.
A guy who is not people oriented. A guy who doesn't care for the people of Kenya. He's just looking after his own job and his own stomach and pleasing his boss. I was made from very different metal. And, looking in hindsight, I don't think I should have really taken that job as a running mate.
Well, looking back,
I think I didn't understand this guy well. I only understood him when he got power. I think he was too good an actor before he got power. He was a very good pretender.
Do you think Nani is surviving?
Who?
Before we come round to finishing this issue, people are really asking me to ask you.
Who?
Kindiki, will he survive?
He'll survive, but he'll be a very unhappy man because Ruto is through with him. A running
will he be kept to 2027?
He cannot impeach him because it will resonate very badly with him. He will look to be a very terrible person.
Not impeaching, I'm saying in terms of will he be his running mate next year?
I don't think so. A running mate, Professor.
Yes.
Let's be very practical about politics.
Yes.
You pick a running mate to help you mobilize votes.
Now, and
that's why he picked me. He needed the mountain vote. He needed a guy who is a serious mobilizer.
And that was you.
Who is believable, who can persuade people to vote in a certain direction. That's how he picked me.
Kindiki.
When I look at this mountain,
yes,
this mountain is through with William Ruto. Completely. He cannot get 2%.
So are you saying even if he were to remove Kindiki as running mate for next session, whatever, next election, and he will antagonize the mountain to the point.
No, the mountain is already antagonized.
Whatever little he was going to get will disappear.
The mountain is already antagonized.
Are you telling me he cannot pick, say, Anwa Iguru, the gender
card? Let me tell you, Professor.
Or pick, I've heard people like, you have mentioned people like GK.
Let me tell you, Professor.
MP Fondia, who look smart guys, can persuade the people of the mountain.
Let me tell you,
it's
Professor.
Called karaoke.
I'm an expert in this mountain.
So there's karaoke, there's Anwa Iguru, there's Mwangi Kiwinjuri. Are you saying this book cannot help me?
Let me tell you, Professor.
Yes.
I know this mountain. I was able to help William Ruto to become president because I understood this mountain. And I guided him and he was listening.
And immediately after winning,
after he won,
you told me.
Yes, I was listening. Yes. And I guided him. I'll tell him, let non-Kikuyus not abuse Uhuru Kenyatta. The Kikuyus don't want one of their own to be abused by outsiders.
Yes.
And he would restrain Oscar Sudi, he would restrain Murkomen and himself.
Yes.
He would leave us to deal with Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
He would listen that time. When we disagreed, and I told him, you are the first president in the world to destabilize his own government. Why do you want to destabilize your own government? The foundation of your government is a mountain with 5 million votes. I can see you have quoted Raila Odinga. Why do you want to lose 5 million votes to look for 1.5? Doesn't look very wise. I told him this mountain, I know this people.
How secure that 1.5 as you speak?
I was telling you, no, it's not gone. We'll discuss it. There's nothing. And I told him, I warned him. I told him there's nothing. And I told him he will be a very miserable man.
You told him before he pitched you?
I told him, you don't leave what you are holding to go and look for something in the bush. I asked him, what kind of politician are you,
yes,
Mr. President? We were talking
yes,
4 hours. I said, how do you leave 5 million votes in your hands in the pursuit of 1.5 that you are not sure of? I asked him. He said, no, I have a lot of experience, my friend. I've been around for 35 years. I became president against a sitting president. Don't joke with me. I know what I'm doing. You have no experience yourself. You are just a one-time member of parliament. You know nothing. I told him, Mr. President, I agree. I know nothing about this country. You know much more than I do. But in matters mountain, I know more than you do. You know nothing. Because you are not one of us. You believe you are one of us because we gave you votes. You are not one of us. You don't understand this mountain. I told him, the mountain hates betrayal. The sin of betrayal is not forgiven in the mountain. Once it has taken place, it has no remedy.
Because of what they went through.
It has no remedy. It's because of the freedom struggle.
Yes.
That the British were really hard on the Kikuyu nation. But the British would have been dealt with within a year. But it became impossible to deal with them because of betrayers.
From inside.
The collaborators from inside. Because they are the ones who knew the valleys and the caves and who is who. So the Kikuyu nation was really brutalized by the British settlers because of betrayers. And the people of the mountain hated betrayal. It has never left them. It's part of their DNA. And I told William Ruto, my friend, you yourself, William Ruto, you are a beneficiary of the mountain's distaste for betrayal. These mountain people don't like you. They don't even trust you. But the fact that they think you are betrayed by Uhuru Kenyatta, and since they hate betrayal, they'll punish Uhuru Kenyatta and make you president. Not because they like you, not because they believe in you, but because they hate betrayal. And they don't like injustice. And they don't like somebody being mistreated for whatever it is worth. So these Kikuyus, these Merus, these Embus, decided to make you president to tell Uhuru Kenyatta, no, betrayal is unacceptable among our people.
Now,
so I told him,
yes,
if they punished Uhuru Kenyatta their own for betraying the son of another who is not their own,
now
if you betray their own and you are not one of them,
How will it
They'll
go?
punish you 10 times. I told him the way we are talking. He said, no, I'll take the consequences.
He told you he would take the consequences.
I said, I'll take the consequences. I said, my friend, I know these people. Don't destabilize your government. Don't destabilize your government. If you think I'm asking too many questions, just be patient the way Uhuru Kenyatta was patient with you for 10 years. For another 3 years, then you can change me and bring somebody else. But if you betray the mountain, you will not have peace for the remainder of your presidency. And this mountain will make you one term. He said, don't threaten me. That is blackmail. I said, it's not. I'm just being a truthful deputy. I'm your person. We were elected together.
It has been said.
I wanted us.
It has been rumored. Just like you get information, we also get a bit. That you are a bit disrespectful to the president. You even shouted. At times you banged the table. How true is that?
Well, when two men of similar age are arguing, it's normal for people to lose their temper. He was very abusive.
Yes.
If he abuses me, I answer back. In any case, he was elected, I was elected. We were elected, both of us. And my vote made him president. Is a vote he should have respected. And I was not being rude to him, I was just being truthful. Telling him, look here, hey, we were elected by Kenyans. They are losing faith in us. We'll be in trouble in another 3 years. Please, let's listen to them. Let's not kill children. Let's not abduct children. Let's not have extrajudicial killings. We promise people will not do demolitions and eviction. We are doing it. Please, let's not do it. We are overtaxing people. We need to let people have business. He couldn't take it. So I advised him, but he had been advised by some other people. Today, I'm sure he regrets. He was told, among the mountain people, crown ikitoka kwa kichwa ni mabati. These people of the mountain don't respect the person. They respect the position. Once he is removed as deputy president, he will not even be invited in federal committees. That is what he was told.
He was told like that?
Yeah, and he believed it because he doesn't know
No,
he doesn't know our people.
Yes.
And when I was removed and there were no demonstrations, he confirmed. He thought it is true because ordinarily other communities would have been in the streets.
Yes.
But the mountain people are very different. When they are angry, they keep quiet. If they are too angry, they sing. They sing. That's what happened. They were in shock.
Yes.
But a man they trusted, they made him president. He made a commitment he would never humiliate his deputy. He has not only humiliated him, but removed him from office. Yet this man was the custodian of their interest in the government. And he has removed him. They were so shocked. It took like a week for them to internalize what had happened. Then the second week, they started getting angry. The third, fourth week, they started singing. The fifth week, they started saying Ruto must go in bus. The 6th week, songs started coming up. The anger kept on building. Then he added insult to injury. He started now sending goons to attack me in church. He started sending goons to attack me in meetings. The people got even more angrier because he was doing what the British were doing. Not just persecuting a community, but being physical. The British were very physical against the Kikuyu nation. And they hate physical. If there is something that is very demeaning to the Mount Kenya people, is when you go physical against them. Because it's total act of humiliation.
It reminds them.
It reminds them
of that very bad past.
Of the British struggle. And you know, like now the old people in Olkalau, the old people, 80 and 90, they were bribed, they could not listen. Because they were here during the fight for independence. They know betrayal. They know persecution.
Talking of betrayal, Mheshimiwa, there are those who say Gachagua has understood his community so well in matters of betrayal. He's now using that card to demonize other Mount Kenya leaders.
Yeah.
So that we have Moses Kuria, Kimani Ichung'wah, and the smaller ones like Wamombi and the rest.
Let me tell you.
Now you are using that card of betrayal.
Not Professor.
And you have tried to...
I try to talk to those people.
You are painting them as if they are devils.
I try to talk to them as an elder.
Yes.
That you don't betray your people. They cannot take betrayal.
Yes.
During the colonial times, the collaborator was hated more than the British settler. That if a Mau Mau freedom fighter had one remaining bullet in his chamber, one, and he met a white soldier and a home guard, he would shoot the home guard.
The Gati.
The Gati. Gati is home guard.
Yes.
It's Gati now in Kikuyu.
Yes. You know, shoot the home guard.
He shoot the home guard. The home guard was more hated because he was one of their own.
Then why are you making leaders from your community who may not agree with you, why are you making them that hated?
It's not me. It is them who have betrayed their people. When William Ruto abuses the community and says they are tribalists and traitors from the community are clapping, what do people feel? When Aden Duale says the Kikuyu nation are hyenas, and these people who are with Ruto say nothing, what do you think the community feels? I'm actually having a crisis myself. In fact, I've had 2 crises in matters politics since I went to politics. Yes. When I was being removed from office, William Ruto offered me all sorts of inducements to resign. And many of my friends and allies thought I should resign in honor so that I get my dignity and my perks. And others thought I should allow them to impeach me. It was a very difficult decision for me.
Yes.
It was very agonizing. I'm having a similar problem. I want everybody from the community to come back home to the DCP. But the community is saying no. The community is saying no, we don't want traitors. Anybody who removed from office, we don't want. Anybody who passed Finance Bill 2024, we don't want. Anybody who has been organizing goons to attack churches and kill our people, we don't want.
But people can change.
I'm just saying I'm willing.
Why don't you explain to them that
I am
just like Saul became Paul, human beings change?
I am having a great problem. A great problem. I don't know what to do. I am of the opinion myself that we forgive them. Because at the end of it all, they are our children.
You can't convince the people.
And Ruto is a very deceptive character. And he can deceive anybody because he deceived me also. He deceived our bishops. Anybody can be deceived. And Ruto is such a con man. He can deceive anybody. I am appealing to other leaders and the community to forgive these people. But they don't want. Yesterday, a member of parliament who works with Ruto came to this gate here. I was learning 40 minutes later that he was manhandled by the public and chased away.
Oh?
Completely. He was told not to get anywhere near this compound. I was learning I was just here. I did not know what was happening. I was learning later that a certain member of parliament from Laikipia had come to the gate wanting to see me. And the public, not my people or my security, the public who hangs around here. And they have now they are all over looking for traitors.
Yes.
Say these traitors now, because things are very bad, after Kalau, want to come, and we don't want them. I have called my team tomorrow night for a very candid conversation so that they can advise me what we do. I'll try to persuade them that for whatever it is worth, let's be magnanimous. For whatever it is worth, William Ruto is a deceptive character. He deceived me, Rigiji. I supported him, and I did not know he's that bad.
So that
he deceived the whole community. He deceived our bishops. He deceived our pastors. He can deceive anybody. That is my argument.
If they came, if the community agreed with you and said, okay, we understand you are our leader, you have told us we shall receive them, okay. Now they come and the DCP already has people on the ground who are doing DCP work and mobilizing, and they are good people. Will you give them a chance to compete against?
I wanted that is my wish.
For example, if somebody somebody washed himself clean, that is apologized, and you
that is my wish.
Would you allow him to run against somebody like Medu?
That is my wish.
Yes.
To allow them to come.
Yes.
And let the public decide whether to accommodate them or not. I think that is the best, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
That I don't reject them as a leader. I allow the public to reject them. The public is telling me, we don't want these people. And I'm telling the public, then why don't we allow you an opportunity during the nominations to pronounce yourself? They say no. We don't want these people in our party. These are traitors. These are very bad people. They'll contaminate our region and our politics. We don't want to see them in our meetings. They are traitors. They have betrayed our community. They have embarrassed this community. They have allowed William Ruto to humiliate the community. They have allowed Aden Twale to call us hyenas. They have allowed Kipchumba Murkomen to send goons and police to kill our children, to attack our churches, especially the attack on the Church of Christ. Yes. It's very painful to the people of this region because basically 99% of the people here are very serious Christians and they really, really respect the church. And the desecrating of the altar where goons and police stormed the church and attacked Christians is a very painful thing to this community, to a point that they are feeling that anybody associated with Ruto should not go anywhere near them. But I'm trying to persuade them and say, look here, good people, this William Ruto is a master in deception and lies and conman.
Understand these people.
Yeah, please, even me, your leader, he conned me.
Understand and forgive them.
He conned me myself. All our bishops were praying for him and singing for him. He conned our bishops. He conned our reverends. Even these characters, these MPs, please, they are also victims of deception.
Yes.
Let's give them a chance to redeem themselves. The public is saying, no, these people have caused us too much pain.
In the interest of time, let's talk about Olkalau briefly. Olkalau was big. I should say extremely big. What magic did you play?
Nothing, no magic.
And what lessons do you think this country can learn from Olkalau?
No magic in Olkalau. I did not even step there.
Yes.
I knew the outcome.
But it can't be 87%, sure.
No, I knew.
You've been in this
fact,
country.
it would have been higher if William Ruto
had not sent police. Mheshimiwa, you have been in this country. You have witnessed elections. Even at a time, people thought you were with Uhuru Kenyatta in 2002. When we thought Kibaki was going to get 100%, he never managed 70. He got 67 or 66.
This is a different election.
So, for you to get 87, that's not
Yes,
normal.
I'll explain to you why.
Yeah, please go.
This election that happened in Olkalau,
yeah,
and the same will happen in 2027.